Good afternoon, good evening to everyone on behalf of our board members, our superintendent, Dr. Lassiter. We welcome all of you, our staff, visitors, and ascendants, and those viewing our meeting. We are delighted that you are here on tonight to be a part of our meeting. We do thankful that we have one of our representatives with us on tonight, Ms. Lois Teen, and one of our former board members in attendance on tonight. At this time, I call our meeting to order. We're going to ask our Amy Cole to lead us in our pledge and our moment of silence.
Okay, please stand.
All board members are present.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So welcome everyone tonight, and please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Are there any adjustments to our agenda? Motion to accept our agenda.
Motion to accept the agenda.
Second.
Who's second? Yes, ma'am. Any discussion? All in favor? Raise your right hand. Motion carried. Spotlight on teaching and learning. Beth, who's been with us all day.
We have had a great day together, haven't we? Good evening, Chair Tripp, board members, and those that are in attendance. We are going to kick off our spotlights this evening with Callie Beach, our Director of Career and Technical Education. She is going to share our state winners for CTE in FBLA and HOSA, and we also have a couple of chapter awards.
Good evening, board. So I'm Callie Beach, the Director of Career and Technical Education, and so we want to recognize our students that compete in our CTSOs, which are Career and Technical Student Organizations, because they're a huge impact on these students, being able to take what they learn in the classroom and actually apply it into real-world situations and develop leadership skills. So first, we're going to have Kurt Gardner come. He is the advisor for FBLA at J.H. Rose.
Thank you. Again, a stellar year for J.H. Rose FBLA at the state competition, 82 top finalists from 1st to 10th. And so tonight I have a few of our first place winners. Bailey Shrimp in Human Resource Management. And then Zofia Silver and Anna Kate Nisbet placed first in Life Smarts, and that was a national competition that they placed in our country. And then for the 7th year in a row, J.H. Rose was the winner of the Helen Reagan Chapter of the Year, so the top chapter in the state. And so I'd like Wright Collins, who's our outgoing Eastern Region VP that represented 15 counties here in the East for us. So they did a superb job, and we are headed to Anaheim at the end of June for our national competition. So congratulations, you all.
Congratulations. You need a chaperone to Anaheim?
I had already volunteered.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Pick me.
she volunteered. Kelly, you
I was the first volunteer.
Now, I've heard the first names, but what's your name? Zofia Silver. Thank you. I got the right on top. On behalf of Pitt County Board of Education, Dr. Lassiter, and all of us, we want to tell you all, we're proud of you. We appreciate you for representing us so well. So congratulations to Bailey. I think I tried to get your name right. Anna? No. I know who you are. And Sophia Silver. Congratulations to each of you. And you get the opportunity to accept the Chapters Award, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to call out the FBLA winners from D.H. Conley because their advisor, him and his wife, had a baby the other day, so they are out right now. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers. So we have Theory So and Evelyn Griswold placed first place in Introduction to Event Planning. And then we also have from D.H. Conley, we have their hosted chapter, which is the Health Science Club. We have Liam McCunney, who placed first in Occupational Therapy. And I also want to state that Scott Haddock, who is the advisor for FBLA, was the 24-25 State FBLA Advisor of the Year, recognized by the state.
On behalf of the board, we're very proud of you. We know that this program helps give you a solid foundation that will go with you not just to now, but for years to come. And we hope that you have much success. And we as a board and a school system are very proud of you. Okay, Theory. Evelyn. And Liam. And this is Scott. And y'all come up here with this
And I did forget to mention that Scott Haddock is also going to be our representation for CTE Teacher of the Year to go to apply to the NCAT CTE Teacher of the Year. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And there are so many of our FBLA and HOSA winners, and that is a picture of Scott Haddock before he was out on paternity leave. Battle of the Books has been an exciting time with Pitt County Schools, and if you don't believe me, then ask Kelly Weaver, because I think she has attended every competition. We have 3 first-place winners this year. We have elementary is Wintergreen Intermediate, middle school is Chicad, and our high school is Innovation Early College High School. Here to introduce all the students on those teams is Mr. Tim DeCreasy, who is our Director of Digital Learning, and Amelia White, who is our District Media Specialist.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
We are very proud of our Battle of the Books teams. They have read so many books and they have practiced questions and worked really well together as teams. And so our first place winner for elementary is Kelly Williams. Coach.
No, I don't. This is my team. This is our team at Wintergreen College, sweetheart. Yes, please help. I did read the books. I did read all the books. They read the books and they read them again and again. They set goals. They achieved those goals. They exceeded those goals. And they continue to practice because we go to states. We'll be the first elementary state competition for Battle of the Books. And we go May 9th, and I think we're very excited about that, aren't we? Yes. Thank you for having us tonight. Do you want to hand it to them? Okay, all right. This is Viva.
I told Miss Beth, I was like, I know who they all are.
Yeah, you do know who they are.
I do.
This is Karina.
Karina's over here.
You want to take a picture? Yes, you do know them.
I do know them. Jude. Here we go, buddy. Maggie. Deb is not here. And then
Yes.
Ari.
And Ori.
Yeah, which one's which? Y'all, I am so proud. I can't wait to cheer you on.
You're coming to States too?
I am doing my very best. It's going to take a lot to keep me away. So I'm so proud of you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How's that picture
Turn around,
going?
you're gonna face the back, so
Okay,
the
let's
picture.
Caller in the back. Here comes the back.
And I will say, while they're taking pictures at the regional competition, they really could have went the last 3 rounds and not even competed and still won. They dominated in the regionals.
Thank you for coming to our big day. That's awesome.
Next, we have the Chicago team, and Coach Jessica Jones is here to call out the names. They are going to regionals tomorrow.
Take these, and then I'll stand over here.
All right, I'm here to present the,
Please stand by.
sorry, Chicago Middle School Battle of the Books. It is our first time winning Battle of the Books, and we're so excited. Tomorrow we will represent Pitt County in our regional competition, and we couldn't be more thrilled. We're a tiny but mighty female group, so here we go. Sarah Perez.
Mr. Forrest is going to hand it to you, so you want to have that handshake moment.
Are your parents here? All right, show them. Okay, well, thank you very much for letting us educate, teach, and have your children in trust, and we really do appreciate that. Thank you, sir. And this is a tremendous honor, and so we congratulate you very much. Let me stand over there and be less awkward.
Anya Johnson.
Anya? Oh, boy, we're right beside each other, aren't we? Here you go. Congratulations. Are your parents here? Okay. That's good. Come on, Mama. Let's do this. Oh, good. Good deal.
Riley Landry.
There she is right there. We got to get this one. Get closer. Good deal.
And Brinley Roberts.
Brendan Roberts. Congratulations. Your mom and dad here?
Oh.
She'll take me.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you go. Let me just say this, may I speak for just a second? Is that everybody?
Yeah, well, yes, sir.
Oh, you
That's
got
all.
some more to,
Well, they unfortunately could not make it.
what call their names?
Sure. Allison Jensen and Isabel Peach as well.
Okay, well, we congratulate them as well. But I just want to say on behalf, I'm sure on behalf of the entire board, how proud we are of each one of you. This competition is tremendous competition. And it goes a long way to tell the excellence that y'all have as a group to be able to meet this requirement. And also, and I'm gonna say this, the tremendous support that you have from your parents. And it takes us all to make it happen. So thank y'all very, very much. Okay? We need to mention Ms. Hayes, Dr. Hayes, for being here. Dr. Lassiter, that's our newest doctor, right?
Newest doctor, yes, it
Dr.
is.
Leslie Hayes. Congratulations.
And lastly, for Innovation Early College, we have Coach Amanda Smith with her team.
You will
students, even if they're not here tonight. We know we have a lot of athletes this time of year.
Thank you. All right, well, these are two presidents. This will be Miles Cook. Miles. You. Oh, get that back.
I'm trying to get her right here.
Ariel Friend, Adrian Justice, Aditya Kanakar, Liza Miller, Aline Muhammad, Utah Peoples, one for you, Angelica Sharman, Drudy Sinha, Camille Stewart, Nishtha Bakarma, and Cindy Wu.
You're gonna need a cart to
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and on behalf of the board, I just want to say I've been a lifelong reader, and I have turned that into my career. So I couldn't be more proud that your high school has so many of these awards. And keep it up.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So our Pitt County Schools Media Coordinator of the Year is Heather Korak. Heather is the media coordinator at Ridgewood Elementary School, and she has poured her heart and soul into building the media program that it is today at Ridgewood. She's very creative with her lesson planning and projects and activities that she implements just come to life. Whether it's students reading with flashlights like they're camping and the media center is turned into a campsite, or just recently she turned her media center into a movie theater, right? And it was a books versus movie, which is better. The book, of course. Always. So it's just that creativity and excitement just gets the kids super excited and engaged to come into the media center. And her collaboration with staff and stakeholders have just really helped pour a love of reading school-wide. So congratulations.
Congratulations. By the way, I'm so excited because we don't want to do that. See, I go to my schools. And I'm going to, on behalf of the Pitt County Board of Education, Dr. Lester and his staff, we want to say congratulations for being the media coordinator of the year, where children can get books, and more books.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You want to give a little?
All right, it's exciting to be here, recognize all of our battle winners, our media coordinator of the year, and as we head into April, it is Library Media Month. And before we recognize our media coordinators, I first want to recognize our school board and our senior staff for the support they've given the media program for a lot of years. In the wake of many things going on around the state, we continue to support our media programs. We believe that they are the hub of our school. We give the training, as I said in a DPI training today, and just hear the stories of what's not happening in districts. You know, it just makes me proud to know what is allowed to happen here in Pitt County Schools, and I'm just thankful that you continue to support our media coordinators, ensure that they have media assistants, so our media coordinators can support literacy in the building as we continue to remind our principals, train our media coordinators to bring strong programs and encourage them that, it is through the media center that we can achieve a lot of great things and open up the minds of our students to all sorts of just wonderful adventures that are out there and that can be found in books. And so we just appreciate your support over many years. It's been my honor to, serve as the director of media programming, and but I could not have done anything without your support and the ability to provide a strong media program that is representative across North Carolina. And I do know that DPI looks at Pitt County and what we do as an example of what could happen across the state, and that all goes back to your support. And so I greatly appreciate you for that, and just want to remind you that it is Media Month, and give your media coordinator a pat on the back and keep encouraging them to do great things with our students and open up the love of reading. That is the skill that they can use for the rest of their lives. So with that, I just say thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
At this time, Aaron Erickson, who is our Executive Director of Operations, will come forth and recognize a very special staff member for Pitt County Schools.
Good evening. So tonight I have with me Mr. Cedric Blow. He is he is our custodial specialist supervisor and one of the team members that works tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure that the custodians at all the schools have the tools necessary and the training necessary to keep the schools functioning, neat, and organized as best as possible for 4 million square feet. He has been nominated, one of 2 nominees for the entire state of North Carolina, for the North Carolina Recognizing Inspiring School Employee Award. So this is an award for classified staff, and it is not just on their work ethic, but is also on their commitment to the community, their community involvement, and the support that they receive from their coworkers and the staff that work with them. So this is really a kind of a 360 review of an individual, and it's quite an honor to have him be one of the 2 nominees for the state. So I really wish that you would join me in celebrating this for him.
On behalf of the board and on behalf of our superintendent, we thank you for all that you do. It's a job keeping these students together. Thank you so much, and hoping that things work in your favor. Thank you so much.
Mr. Blow brought his family here tonight to celebrate with him. Our last spotlight tonight is a very, very special lady. When she came to Pitt County Schools, she came just eager and ready to try out all these new ideas. Dr. Shannon Cecil is our Director of Federal Programs. And my first real experience with her, she said, I have an idea. We're going to do this all-county event. And we did. And the first time, the attendance was like, meh. But the second time, it took off. And last year, we did an all-county District 1, Title I event at Creekside Elementary School for all of our schools. And there were hundreds of families that came out for a STEM night. Actually, it was a STEAM night because we had the arts represented that night as well. Well, this year, she had another great idea. We did something in October. We did Spooktacular Math at Alice Keene Park, which was a lot of fun. We had a lot of families that came out that night to do just a plethora of math activities with us. And then just this last week, we had hundreds of families again at our district-wide Title I event that was out of this world STEM night, and we had so many different vendors there that were working with our families. They were making galaxy bottles that were super cool. There was a big dome from the North Carolina Museum of Science, and she's just an Energizer Bunny. Lots of great ideas. But that's not where all of her gifts are. She has recently completed the Aspiring Superintendent's program. Would you like to share a little bit about your experience? I know I'm putting you on the spot, Dr. Cecil.
So it was actually an amazing opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Lassiter, for encouraging me to participate. Tremendous professional development opportunity, but more than that, just an opportunity to really meet other leaders across our state and make connections and just form those bonds and relationships and really learn a lot more about kind of what's going on in other districts and kind of steal some ideas too, which is always good, but just build those relationships. So it was an amazing opportunity, and I really appreciate that support and the opportunity.
Dr. Seach, congratulations on behalf of the board, Superintendent. We're very proud of you. Continue to do outstanding things for all of us. Thank you so much. You have any family here?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
Well, I'll see your family.
I didn't make you cook this year.
Yeah, she had me cooking hot dogs
Hundreds of
in the heat of the day. I did. The hot dogs were good.
They were.
Lastly, as our chair is making his way to a seat, schools, families, please reach out to your assistant principals this week. This is Assistant Principal Week nationwide, and we have some amazing assistant principals across Pitt County schools that will make tremendous principals down the road. And so we just thank all of our assistant principals for all that they do for our students and staff every day. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. At this time, we have public expression. Word.
This evening, we have one individual and one group offering public expression. Public expression is an opportunity to share issues of concern that are relevant to the business of the board. The board will listen to the comments respectively, and our chair may offer some direction if our rules are not followed, but the board will not respond to your comments. Only speakers who have signed up for public expression may address the board, and when a speaker's time expires, you must end your remarks and step away from the podium. If a speaker is not present when his or her name is called, the opportunity to speak will be considered waived. During this time period, you may hear someone share a viewpoint with the board that you do not agree with. We do not censor speech by viewpoint, and we do not permit our audience to express approval or disapproval for a viewpoint expressed. This time is for the individual speaking to address the full board. And the board does not permit speakers to name a staff member or student when offering praise or criticism. We also do not permit comments that are irrelevant to our business, which includes attacks on individuals for something in their personal lives or the discussion of board member family members. Again, the board members will listen to your comments respectfully, and our chair may offer some direction if the rules are not followed, but we will not respond to your comments. And at this time, we will hear from our first speaker, and that would be an individual, Mr. Robert O'Neill.
Thank you. If you want to pass these around. I have to mention my son's name because I'm here speaking for him. I have a nonverbal son that goes to Farmville Central High School. So I'm here to speak for him because he is nonverbal in your EC class. A little information about my son: because he does not speak, he still speaks. His body language speaks. He tells me what's going on. So when he was in Farmville Middle School, he quit going to school. He will not go into the school. We did everything we could to try to figure out what was going on. Well, when we figured out what was going on, the issue was taken care of, and he started going back to school, into the school. So now my son is at Farmville Central High School. Last year, he quit going. will not go to the school inside. He'll get out, he'll stand on the sidewalk out front. He will not step his foot in that front door. We have done everything we could. Teachers to try to get him in, teachers from other classes, the resource officer, the principal, everything. To the point to where he would stand out there 30 minutes to an hour trying to get him into the school. He is speaking. So this started last year, towards the end of the school year. Over summer, we got the opportunity to talk to some other parents and stuff like that. Well, this year school started. He will not go into school. So we started the IEP process and meetings and stuff to trying to figure out what was going on. Well, try to obey by your rules. So anyway, during the IEP meetings, which is kind of aggravating, it takes too long to get homebound services. So they needed data. I told Ms. Joy, he's been to school 12 times in the last year. What more data do you need? A year, 12 times. I get very emotional about my son because I'm proud of my son. So in his IEP meetings, we started trying different things. They suggested bring him to a basketball game, which I did. Had to bring him in the gym, in the round back. So this work, he went inside the school. He would not go down his hallway where his original class is. Would not go down that hallway. Start walking towards it. No, no, no. He will say no. So in another IEP meeting, we, in the process of Mr. May volunteered that he had a student in his class that would leave at 2 o'clock for my son to go and sit in his class for an hour, hour and a half a day. So we ended up getting homebound services. Dr. Moore, great lady.
I apologize that your time had expired.
Okay, can I finish real quick?
No, sir. Your time has expired. Thank you.
I'm sorry, but the letter, I'm requesting cameras and audio to be put in all EC classes so that all students that is nonverbal will have a voice besides their silent voice.
Thank you.
Okay, our second, this is a group, and it's Moms for Liberty, Julie Anderson. Have 5 minutes.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I know I was here a couple of months ago when I introduced myself again and started out here. Quote, God grants liberty only to those who love it and are always ready to guard and defend it, unquote, Daniel Webster. Good evening, Dr. Lassiter, elected school board members, parents in the Pitt County community. I am Julie Anderson, and I am the chair of Moms for Liberty. We are official now as the 21st chapter in North Carolina. I have some of the members here with me also this evening, and we haven't even become public yet. We may now. As Moms for Liberty, our main objective is to be the watchdog for over parental rights and our children's education, as well as anyone within the district with questions and concerns. We also help parents, guardians, and others by amplifying their voices through education of current policies and laws to achieve the most important goals and end results. Parents, grandparents, educators, and community members have been and continue to join Moms for Liberty across America to exercise their rights while defending liberty in local government. We're happy to launch the Pitt County chapter to help parents who feel isolated or shut out to be heard and understood. After all, our priority is our children, and for them to receive and achieve an optimum education. Parents demand a seat at the table as they defend their boundaries in curriculum, subject matter, and education. Moms for Liberty does not shy away from government overreach. We work to empower parents, and the organization is committed to holding elected officials accountable while we focus on preserving our founding principles of our nation. This being limited government, personal responsibility, and individual liberties. Pitt County Moms for Liberty has a brand new webpage. It's still in the works, but we are up. It is momsforlibertypitt@gmail.com. Anyone can be in contact with us using this. You can also go on to the momsforliberty.org to look a lot of things up if you want to, and search Pitt County. We are now officially on the American map of the states. I'm asking parents, grandparents, guardians, aunts, uncles to get involved. Let's not regret being a bystander, especially concerning our children's education, health, and welfare. We, all of us, have a role to play. We are all important in this mission, so it does require a concerted effort as a whole. And I leave you with this. Is it not better to come together to discuss issues and potential issues before it grows and we find ourselves at the kitchen table feeling powerless, like we have no voice and we're overwhelmed, that you cannot make a positive change? So I ask, let's do this together, Pitt County, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. At this time, we'll go to our consent items. Our board meetings from March, 25-26 proposed local budget, reading horizon purchase, and our confidential items, agendas, March 24th, closed session, and personnel report. Have a motion.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carried. New business, we have resolution of Board of Education opposition to partisan school board elections. Is there a motion?
I second it.
Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, raise your right hand. Get all their names. All opposed? Thank you. We have to record all the names, so we'll make sure the secretary got it. Purchase of vape detectors from Lockstep Technology. Is that you, Mr. Aaron?
All right, good evening. We have, with our settlement fund, already installed the vape detectors at our middle schools. We have bid out, and through a very complex bid process, evaluated the 105 devices that we need to do our high schools. And I say very complicated because each product of that these companies are representing, they have different offerings. So we had to kind of go through and determine what was not just the best for the district in terms of the device, but also what was the best in terms of the total project installation. So we are seeking board approval to contract for a 5-year subscription with Bridge Tech Solutions LLC, doing business as Lockstep Technology Group, to purchase the Triton vape detectors, what's called the Triton Ultra model, for $140,437.50. And one of the reasons I want to say that we selected those versus some of the other options that you see is the Ultra device that is sold by Triton. It allows us to daisy chain 4 devices together. A lot of the Halo devices that appear to be lower cost are only 2. And because of that, there's a lot difference in the installation cost for us related to wiring. So it will be a much lower installation cost with this device, long-term for the entire project. So, was there any questions on the award or the reason?
These devices are at what school?
These devices will be at all 6 high schools. So they will be in all the restrooms and the locker rooms. And these devices, one thing that will be different than with these, as these devices continue to improve versus the middle schools, is in addition to the vaping and some of the other offerings, it also will detect THC. So,
in case some don't know why we have those detectors, can you explain to us why we have them?
Certainly. We're joining with local health officials with the Stop the Vape campaign, but we are also looking not just to educate but to prevent, to use these more as a teaching tool. Anytime it's activated, a text is sent to school administration and the SRO, and it's not to get anybody in trouble. It's really to educate them to stop the habit. It's also to prevent from the lawsuit that we had with the class action lawsuit. It's to prevent damage to the school buildings themselves. Before we installed these, we were having a lot of issues, particularly in the middle schools, related to students when a staff member would come into the restroom, they would flush the vape pen. Well, the vape pens do not flush well. So we were having a lot of plumbing clogs, sometimes 2 or 3 a day at the same school. Because of that, once we installed these devices as a pilot program at one of our middle schools, the number of calls for that school dropped to 2 for the entire year after that. So from 1 or 2 a day to 2 for the year. That's more like what we were expecting. So the devices have been proven to definitely not just aid in the educational piece for the students, but also aid in protecting the buildings themselves from the damage that occurs from the devices.
Motion. Wait till the motion. Motion to approve purchase.
Motion to approve the purchase of the vape.
Is there a second?
I'll second it. Justin.
Discussion.
Let me ask,
Yes.
and Dr. Lassiter may be on this, how about repeat offenders? Do we have any policy to where, because I mean, if kids find out that nothing's ever gonna be done, behavior may not change in the school.
So we are working on a model, and we talked about this Friday. Dr. Matkins and I actually were there, where instead of giving students hard consequence on the first incident, being able to talk with them and work with them and understanding why vaping is harmful. This has been implemented at EBA Cock Middle School.
That's what I mean. I'm aware of the program. Luann Warren started it. It's amazing.
Yes, with the grant funds.
Yeah.
And they've seen a tremendous reduction beyond like 50% in terms of offenders with vaping. And so we're hoping to expand that across the district. As you know, we'll apply the code of conduct. If those things don't work, we do have a code of conduct that we will apply. But we're working on making sure that educating students on why this is harmful to their own health has proved to be a lot more effective.
I understand.
Yes, sir.
Justin,
If you're on that, you can go
I'm
ahead.
on
I got a question more about money.
Oh, good. Yes. So the thing about the repeat offenders, it's not like they're trying to be a behavioral issue, it's an addiction. So that's one of the reasons why we wanted to move to more education, because we have to recognize that some of these kids at very young ages are getting addicted. So that's where, and if we just punish them or send them out of school, we're treating the solution, not the problem. So I appreciate what you're doing. All right, taking.
More on the bid here. So
Yes.
the 140,000, that's for 105 units plus the 5-year subscription?
That is correct.
Do we know the cost of the subscription after?
So the subscription beyond the initial 5 years, no, I do not at this time. When we get to the renewal period, so we'll hit that for the middle schools in 3.5 years. Okay. And when we hit that, we will. I will say, just to clarify, all of these are being purchased from the settlement fund.
Right.
Yes.
Follow up. Do we know the lifespan of the detectors?
I've been told that they're like a smoke detector, which means that, you know, they'll have a 5-year, they have a 5-year warranty, and I would expect that if they're like a smoke detector, then between 7 and 10 years, they would require replacement. And based on the way the technology is continuing to improve, when we get to that point, there'll probably be something more advanced. But we won't have to replace the wiring that goes with them.
Any other discussion? All in favor of the purchase of the vapors, detectors? Right hand. Motion carried.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, we're going to our closing comments. We have our superintendent, Dr. Steve Lassiter.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening to everyone, and good evening to our board members. I would first just like to start with, parents have their children, and it is always heartbreaking when they sometimes leave a bit too soon. And we have 2 students that we lost last month, a South Central student, Jameer Green, and a D.H. Conley student, Taheem Bell. So I ask that you keep those families in your thoughts and prayers, as well as we did lose a teacher last month, media coordinator, Ms. Sharon O'Neill at South Central High School. So please keep those families in your thoughts and prayers. It's never easy to lose someone that you love. However, we are thankful for the work that those schools have done to support those families. This Monday mornings typically are very full mornings with senior staff meetings where we start, and as a superintendent, I get to hear all of the wonderful things that's happening in the week, as well as all the problems that are and challenges that are upcoming. But this morning, we started with something wonderful with our Legislators in Schools Week, because this is Legislators in Schools. And so we were fortunate to have both of our legislators with us this morning. Representative Brown is still here with us today, Representative Reeder. We also had our local elected officials, our county commissioners with us today, seeing the great work happening in our schools, in addition to our board members being present. We started at pre-K, and people were able to see, our representatives were able to see the importance of early childhood education, the benefit of that. They saw our students who had some challenges in terms of being nonverbal, and the support that our teachers were giving and providing those students. And then we journeyed over to Elmhurst Elementary and saw our dual language program, where they were all mesmerized by the fact that our students were not only bilingual speaking it, but they were able to write it and able to say buenos dias, good morning, and just was so excited to see our dual language and dual immersion. And very soon in that conversation, you heard commissioners and our representatives say, wow, our students are prepared for the workforce because they have a skill that others may not have. And that's what education is about, as I've been sharing with you all as a board. As early as K2, they saw that for those students. And then we journeyed over Pitt Community College to the Tech Academy, where they were able to see what we're offering: architectural technology, engineering systems, industrial systems, heating and air, biotechnology, and next year they're adding mechanical engineering and electrical engineering at PCC. This is all for our students at no cost. I'd like to thank Dr. Farr, the president at Pitt Community College, for waiving this next academic year, our student fee. So there will be no student fees for our students who go, and that's not just at the early colleges, but those students who are taking those career and college promise courses. That's the partnership that we have, and so I'm grateful for Dr. Farr. And I'm grateful that our legislators, our board members, and our local elected officials, our commissioners, were able to see the work of all this right in our public schools. And I'm proud as a superintendent to be able to be in a district where we're able to showcase the wonderful things that we're doing. We're by far not perfect, but we are doing fantastic work and doing right by our families. And when we make mistakes, we're able to work through them and fix them. So I just want to express my gratitude to our representatives for joining us today and seeing the fantastic work happening in our public schools. Our listening tour concludes tomorrow night at 6 o'clock in the Farmville Central attendance area. So we look forward to seeing everyone in Farmville tomorrow night. And we look forward to celebrating on Friday At the Burroughs Welcome North Carolina Teacher of the Year announcement, we are rooting for Miss Rachel Candasso, who is a finalist for Teacher of the Year for the state of North Carolina. And fortunately, she will be the first, if she's the individual that's picked, the first Teacher of the Year that Pitt County has had statewide. So we're just rooting for her. We're excited for her. And so we're just excited about the things that's happening in Pitt County schools. And again, to the board, thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve. I do so humbly, and I do it with excitement about the future and what we're going to do for the children and our staff in Pitt County schools. Mr. Chair, that concludes my comments.
Thank you. Board member, we'll start with Amy.
But one time I get to start first, and Dr. Lassiter stole my thunder. Like everything he said, I was gonna mention had all that. But anyway, so I too want to echo. It was a really great time this morning going on the legislative tour, and of course starting with the pre-K program with Sadie Salter, Elmhurst, and then ending at PCC Tech Academy. And although I've been a PCC employee for 17 years, it was nice to be able to actually walk around campus with a different hat on and be able to see other departments that I don't normally go to and see. So it was very nice to see all the students, high school students, taking all those technical courses. Also, I was going to mention the listening session because, of course, that's, although it's not my district, it's my neck of the woods. That's where my children go to school, and I know a lot of people in that area, so I'm really excited about being at that one tomorrow night and be sharing the stage with Mr. Johnson here. And then one thing you didn't mention, so I got this one on you. We also have the Roar, Soar, and Explore event going on at Downey-Ficklin Stadium on April 10th, which is Thursday, from 5 to 7. That's being put on by the J.H. Rose Attendance Area, Eastern Elmhurst, South Greenville, and Walcoats, and that should be a really great event, so anybody can come out to that. They're going to have all kinds of different activities, so I really encourage you to get out there and see what's going on. It's going to be a neat event to see, so if you can, try to make it out there. Congratulations to all of our winners today. We had quite a few of them between the Battle of the Books competitions, and I wish I could get some of those Battle of the Books. They're always during when I'm teaching, so I can never get to those. But Battle of the Books, of course, media coordinator, Mr. Cedric Blow, all the Dr. Cecil, everyone that was getting recognized tonight. It's great to have all these recognitions, and it's just great to see, once again, all the great things that are happening in our school system. So I'm very, very excited for all of that. And I guess I will conclude with that.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to echo everything they said as well, and try to save my 3 minutes to get through some other items I have. Also, congratulations to Dr. Cecil. I don't know, did you say her name? Okay, sorry about that. Thank you to the Moms for Liberty and to Robert O'Neill for speaking tonight. Mr. O'Neill, I know you didn't have enough time, but keep coming back and keep fighting for your kids because that's our job as parents. Thank you to Representative Brown for continuing to stay through the meeting. This month is Autism Acceptance Month, and District 4, Farmville, has a lot of great things going on. Sug Bundy is, they have Autastic Week next week. Different days are different events. And then on the 17th, we have a golf tournament going on. And then on the 18th, no, I'm sorry. The 18th is the golf tournament, and the Autastic Extravaganza is the 19th at the Babe Ruth Field in Farmville from 2 to 5. Falkland also has Donuts with Grown-Ups going on this Friday. It's starting at 12:30, so that's a pretty cool event. If you can make it, please go and be a representative for the kids. Sug Bundy has started something called the MIB, the Men Influencing Betterment, and I think it's a great program. I was actually included in the text, but I was unable to make the event. But what it is a man. You show up. You can wear all black suit if you want to look like the MIBs. You're opening doors for the kids to get out, and you're just providing them a positive influence to start their day. Sug also has Pizza Bingo going on Friday from 6 to 7:30. I also want to say thank you to the transportation department, the principals, and the bus drivers today with the quick storms that popped up. I saw multiple posts just in District 4 that said, hey, the buses are grounded for a few minutes. And while it may seem like an inconvenience, the safety of our kids should always go first. And I believe that was a huge accomplishment for our department. I also want to say that I'm a coach as well, and I was a softball coach first. And I want to say that I am so proud of the Farmville Central and Farmville Middle School softball programs. for after everything they're having to endure this year, to not having a home field, not being able to practice on a home field. While it doesn't seem like a lot, there's a huge disadvantage, and these girls are still winning and still winning big and really showing out for Pitt County. 30 seconds is not enough to go on this last subject, but the House Bill 302, I'm not going to say a lot on it. I put my thoughts on Facebook, and it's public under Justin Eastwood, so feel free to contact me if you want a statement, but everything's up there on how I feel about it. And Representative Brown, I appreciate the way you stand on it as well. That concludes my comment.
Thank you, Jess. Jenna?
Great, thank you. So I'll start off with the things that are really exciting. A lot of people already touched on them, but J.H. Rose has their performance of Mamma Mia this coming weekend. My son is the sound guy, so if things don't go well with the microphones, you can come and talk to me, I guess. But he is really excited about it, and these kids have put a lot of heart into it, and I know we'll see Miss Mary at the J.H. Rose this weekend. She's all excited. But if you want to go, there are tickets available, and Friday night at 7, Saturday at 2, and Saturday night at 7. So it's just a great way to support the kids, the arts, and J.H. Rose. So please consider coming. As far as the community of Bash on Thursday night, one of the things that some of you may not know about me is I have a deep heart for people with sensory needs. So years ago, when I was at ECU, I worked with a colleague, and we got a sensory room and then a sensory trailer together. And what the sensory trailer does is for kids who get overwhelmed at events, it gives them a place to sort of calm. It's a very calming. Now, not all kids with sensory needs need calming spaces. Some need the big input kinds of like bounce houses, and so when we're at football games, we're right by it, and some kids will walk right past us and go to the bounce houses, and we'll get some kids, little on up to teenagers, and even some adults will come and just want to sit in there. And so it worked out. We have some wonderful volunteers helping us to make sure it gets to the event Thursday night. So I want all our families to know that there's a space for you and your children to be able to come and enjoy, because sometimes families have to make really tough choices, and I don't want that to be a night that you have to miss. So we're really excited to bring that. Representative Brown, thank you so much for everything you do. You know, one of the things that I, too, have commented on my Facebook about with this House bill is I understand the intent is to try and make sure that our voters come and vote. But I campaigned, and I got a chance to meet the most amazing, caring people in Pitt County. And the people who come to vote are informed. And they are so passionate about our public schools. And it's okay to have different opinions. That's absolutely fine. But I'm a researcher by heart, and when I dug into this, there is no research that converting this to a partisan board is a good thing. As a matter of fact, it drives down the amount of money we have per pupil, increases teacher turnover, increases suspensions and expulsions. It does not improve academic outcomes. And while it might bring more voters to the polls, there's no evidence that they're informed about the schools. So I would like to see us think outside the box and find other ways to get people to vote and to be informed about our schools other than voting straight ticket.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kelly?
There's so many things to talk about. This is such a busy time of the year. So figuring out where to start can be a lot. I first want to start with celebrating our teachers. We have been able to celebrate so much excellence in our classrooms because of the incredible educators that we have in Pitt County schools. Last week we got to celebrate many teachers who completed their national board certification, which gets them a pay raise from the state, but also just increases their already excellence in the classroom and the instruction that our students are getting. So I want to celebrate them, and thank you, Pitt County Schools, for how we support those teachers doing that work. And I also want to celebrate the new Dr. Hayes and the new Dr. Neal over at Welcome for defending their dissertations last month. And they did that because they know the importance of excellence for themselves leads to excellence in their teachers and in the classrooms, and they deserve to be celebrated so much. So let's continue to celebrate them as well. The arts is so important. I'm excited to go to Mamma Mia. I was able to celebrate our all-county musicians, who are students from elementary all the way through high school who have worked so hard and are the best of the best. And it's so exciting when everybody's able to come together and see our unified county and how beautiful that art is. And I have a rising 6th grader who is so excited to join band next year, and part of it's because of that, which is just really exciting to me as well. So thank you to all of our arts educators and all the work that they do. And you know I have a special heart, or a heart for our librarians and our media coordinators. I have been at every single Battle of the Books because I love books. I believe in stories and how students see themselves in stories and learn how to maneuver this world through stories. And watching the students work together during Battle of the Books and read stories and have conversations is just the most beautiful thing to me. I absolutely am Wintergreen's biggest fan, but also Chicago and Innovation Early College and every single school that was there. It's just so much fun to celebrate students. And then real quickly with the partisan election too, I agree with you, Ms. Anderson, that we need to stand up for government overreach, and I think that this is one of those government overreach pieces of we are here to govern locally, and our local politics does not always align with the national talking points of some of our primary parties, and we want to serve our students, and that's what we are all here for, and we will keep doing that in this system because we are committed to that. So thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Amanda?
Thank you, Chair. So like everyone else, I want to echo congratulations to all the amazing things that our students and our instructors are doing. I too am very proud of our readers as an English professor. I've made a career of it. To Mr. O'Neill, if he's still here, we hear you, and our mission on this board is to make sure all of our students have access to public education. So that is very, very important. And to Ms. Anderson, I agree, conversation is the best way for all of us to have our needs be heard. So I agree with you, and I look forward to speaking with you about that. What I would like to do is give some shout outs to the amazing things that are happening in our District 8 schools, which I'm biased towards. So Innovation Early College High School, you saw their Battle of the Books team, but they also have a Quiz Bowl team that will compete for states in April, and their math club will also compete for states in April. Over at Eastern, they have a lot to talk about. Teacher of the Year, Emily Sims. Custodian of the Year, Mickey Fields. School Nutrition Worker of the Year, Amber Wilson. Principal Setzer was invited to attend the State of the State Address in Raleigh by Governor Josh Stein, where her school, Eastern, was acknowledged. And then, yes, the Roar, Soar, and Explore event on the 10th out at Dowdy should be wonderful from 5 to 7. Over at Walcoats, their Battle of the Books team made it to the final 6, and they have also added several new opportunities to join academic teams, both Math Mania and the Science Olympiad. Finally, last but not least, a CMF 7th grade student, Jaden Barnes, was selected as a recipient for the Victor E. Bell Junior College Scholarship. This assists high potential students with limited financial resources in their pursuit of a post-secondary education. If he maintains his excellent grades, he can receive $20,000 to help pay for college. Now, with my remaining 40 seconds, I too would like to briefly explain why I also oppose the legislation to make our board partisan. The key thing is that I do not think we should ever conflate a board member's core values with their party affiliation. We are all independent thinkers who educate ourselves on the issues, and we always have the goal of doing what's best for our students. My colleague Jennifer Hodgson did some amazing research, and I'm just going to quickly list some of the things she said. A partisan board has a lower likelihood of female candidates being elected. The majority of school boards are nonpartisan. He always takes extra, so I'm going to take a little extra. Unaffiliated voters, how will they have a chance to be elected? And according to Ballotpedia, over 90% of school boards are elected without any party labels. Sorry to take extra. I was learning from you.
Yeah, but when you take extra time, you get extra time. Isn't that right, Mr. Chair? Oh, start that time over again.
Yeah, start his time over.
First of all, I want to just acknowledge all the excellence that we celebrated again tonight. Mr. Chairman, there's probably one person out there in the audience that we neglected to mention. Where is our Director of Athletics for County? Paul Cornwell, stand up. Well deserved, along with everybody else. I'm, as y'all know, most of you know, I'm very, very partial to career technical education, being a career technical educator by profession, as well as a farmer and different things. And it's very, very important that we continue to recognize those young people that are involved in career technical education. They're going to be our future plumbers. They're going to be our future manufacturers that work in factories. They're going to be our people that make things again. And as our country goes back to retooling and to reindustrializing, it's going to be vital, absolutely vital, that we prepare a workforce. And these young people, with the excellence that we have, and those teachers in those programs are doing an outstanding job of preparing for our future. I think I would like to recognize Ms. Anderson. Thank you for putting together that Moms for Liberty. I think it's very, very important, very vital that we understand the importance of, you know, all of our communities and all of our customers. And part of our customers in Pitt County schools are our parents and grandparents and guardians that look after our young people. And so it's important that we do that. And then I know with 47 seconds, I don't have a long time to be able to talk about the partisan bill. I support that bill. I support that bill for a lot of reasons. One, it does give voters more information, and yes, transparency as to who they're voting for. You've got people moving into Pitt County from all over the country, and they want to know as much as they can about those individuals that they're going to be putting in charge of the future of our young people. And having the label Democrat or Republican is one more way that you give more information to those people. And I'll stop there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Mary?
Thank you, Chairman. First of all, I'd like to begin to say that Representative Ernestine Brown and to Dr. Lassiter, board members, county commissioners, all that was traveled today on the bus. Just want to say it was a great time visiting Sadie Salter, then moving on to Amherst, and then concluding at Pitt Community Technical Academy. We had a great time. We rode that bus. At first we were hot. I don't like close enclosures, but we got hot, and where's Dr. Roach? She told the bus driver, "You got to do better," and he fixed it, and we got cool, y'all. But it was a great time. It was a great ride. Just want to say it really was a great time. So I just want to echo that. The kids, you have been proud of them. They really represented so well. And I was happy because I got to go back to Amherst Elementary School. Claudia Harris, raise your hand. Claudia and I talked together. She taught my babies, I taught her babies. And it was great to see her here tonight. So, and I said, "Claudia, guess where I went today?" She said, "Where?" I said, "Back to Amherst." We had some great time, didn't we, Claudia? I also like to do spotlight on all our kids and our teachers who were recognized this evening, and especially the CTE winners, the Battle of the Books, the Media Coordinator of the Year, Mr. Blow, Dr. Cisa. Congratulations. I am a proud person that represents the J.H. Rose attendance area. Very proud. Can you account to that? I love my area, and I serve District 1 with everything I have. So I want to invite you all, which others have already done, to our community bash, and I'm happy to tell you all that I'm so happy that I decided to sponsor one of the booths. And as an educator, my booth is going to be sight words. All the kids have to do is spin, get the sight word. I made them so they could get them right. They'll pick a treat, whether it be a little toy or a piece of candy. So I'm happy to let you know, as a former, continue to teach. As a teacher, I came up with a game, and I had somebody make me a pinwheel so that I could have fun with the kids. And last thing, please, Mr. O'Neill, he's gone, but I want him to know I support him. And the last thing, I've never gotten this for you all. Last thing I want to say is please join us tomorrow at Farmville Central on our last listening tour. We want to see these two on Spotlight. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Word. All right. Start out with the Media Center and media coordinators. That Media Center in a school is the hub of that school, of a learning center. And it's so important that our media centers look inviting, and I know we've had several to be refurbished, and they look amazing. And it really excites kids. And you know, with the kids going to the media center, it's very important that they have a media center coordinator that's there that helps direct them and helps them with different subject matter that they may be working on. Because many of our kids go home to no books and no one to take them to Shepherd Memorial Library or anywhere. It's in that media center. And I appreciate all of those. And then Mr. Cedric Blow, I'm appreciative to him. Congratulations to him. And this also can, if he would win, can end up being a federal recognition, correct? And so that is really something great from him. And then, of course, Dr. Cecil, Director of Federal Programs, and those federal programs, we got to have somebody that will stay on top of them, or we'll get ourselves in trouble. And I feel that we have a great person that is involved in that, as well as going through that aspiring superintendent program. And then the two students that we lost, as well as Sharon O'Neill. They've already gone, those families have already gone through something that is just ripped their hearts out. And it's not going to be something that they're going to ever get over, especially those parents that have lost their kids, because that is just not the normal way things go. And I just pray that the Lord will be with each one of them and give them hope and let them know that one day they will see their kids again. Finishing up, I'm in support of the partisan bill, and I'm not going to rehash that all out. I thank Dr. Rita for introducing it, and I hope it's passed in the Senate. And it's not going to have a bit of impact on the kids. I've got 4 grandkids, expecting 1 grandkid in May for number 5, and none of them have come home and said, "Papa, are you Republican or Democrat?" I haven't heard it. All they care about is what's happening in that classroom. That's it.
Thank you. I would like to thank each of you for attending our meeting tonight. Congratulations to all who received recognition. To our board members, thank you for being who you are and having such concern for all of our students, all of our teachers and staff. This board may not always agree on matters, but we do come together for the good of all.
Yeah.
let me take this time to thank our school resource officers. We did not have them when I was in school. I guess we were all right. But they are a great value. They are a great value to help keep our schools safe. And that is one of the number one things we want to do, is to keep our schools safe. I was honored today to be a part of the legislative tour and lunch. It is my hope that out of all we do, we keep the students, the teachers, the staff, we keep them all first. We as a board have districts that we represent, but when we meet, we come together on behalf of all schools and all students. And so it is good to be a part of a board that is concerned and show that concern in what they do for all the students of Pitt County. I do want to thank Beth for being our tour guide today. She did an outstanding job. And that is all I have tonight. Motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Amy.
I second it.
Who second? Mary second?
Yes, ready
Any
to go.
discussion?
Let's go.
All in favor, raise your right hand.
Oh,
Let's go.
Motion passed. We are adjourned.